let's talk about why it's now or never for Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis to fight. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. And, you know, I was listening to Coach Malachi's show. He was saying that Leonard Ellaby said Tank can fight whoever you want to fight, you know, versus when he was on Mayweather Promotions, he played a clip. That was Leonard on Fight Hub talking about after he fought Ryan. Before that, when, you know, he asked Tank who he wanted to fight, and he looked at Floyd Mayweather, and Mayweather said, you know, we got plenty of people on, you know, PBC. We not trying to make no other promoters rich and all that bull jive. Now Tank is, you know, saying, you know, he kind of, you know, had my man Speedy from Complex say out some names, say, well, you know, I don't want to say people's names. You know, I don't get that about PBC guys. I don't know if this under a non-disclosure, disparagement agreement, not to be able to say other fighters' names from other companies. You know, say your names, the Mexican monster. You know, Jamal Charlo refused to say David Benavidez's name. I mean, we could just go on and on and on. And, you know, he had Speedy name out some names, and he said Shakur, yeah, Devin, yeah. My thing, you a grown-ass fucking man, dude. Say what you want. Say what you want. Any other time, you know, that's why I don't be understanding these new fighters. I'm like, say what you want. Like, I fuck Devin Haney up. Why I fuck Shakur Stevenson up? You know what I'm saying? You know, say it with some convention. You know, I don't want to say no names after the fight. I don't want to say no name. How you expect to build a fucking fight up, bro? How do you expect to carry momentum over from Ryan to Devin Haney to Shakur Stevenson? Y'all gotta have some back and forth. It gotta be some verbal warfare or something. But like I continue to say, bro, I don't believe he gonna step in the ring with anybody until it's there. It was like getting him in the ring with Ryan was like pulling teeth. People was mad and mad what I said on Monday's live about he needed all that shit to beat the fight Ryan Garcia. Matter of fact, he needed a tune-up on top of everything else I named. A tune-up, a mold, a rehydration, a catch weight. I mean, Jesus Christ. He needed all that to beat Ryan Garcia, bro. A late weigh-in. This Mayweather, he needed Mayweather's advice or his point of view or his synopsis on breaking down Ryan Garcia. Man, this nigga almost had 10 commandments. He needed the 10 commandments to beat Ryan Garcia, dude. And if you don't fight Devin Haney, one, Devin Haney weight drain at this point. Call it what it is. One. Two, it may not be as much ever on the line for a Devin Haney, for a fight for him. It may not be the Ring Magazine belt. It may not be the WBC title. It may not be the Super WBA title. It may not be the IBF, the WBA, all the titles in one shot. This may never happen again. And three, when a guy tends to stay his when he overstays his welcome at a weight class, a lot of times the next weight class is just a speed bump. It's just a quick stop. Because you suppress your body so much, right? That when you do get that extra 5 pounds, it's ready for that extra 7 pounds now. You see what I'm saying? From 40 to 47. That's happened to Canelo. People don't manage. He suppressed his body trying to make 147 so long. No wonder his ass got knee problems. Make 54 so long. No wonder he got knee problems, right? He suppressed his body so long, and it was in 54, 55. He only had a handful of fights at 60. Think about it. He had 2 Golovkin fights at 60, Danny Jacobs fight, and that might have been it. That was it. I think he only had 360-pound fights, because you can remember Julio Cesar Chavez. I'm going to talk about him Wednesday for sure. This might go up Thursday, but Wednesday for sure. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., Junior, excuse me. I'm going to talk about Senior, though. Junior, that fight was at 164.5 pounds or some fucking catch weight like that. So technically, that was super middleweight. You know? So that's something to chew on for a minute, you know what I mean? So, shout out to Kobe, you know what I mean? Remember New York niggas had the king of the slang now. Now they ain't got no slang, it's all Southern slang. Back when New York niggas was jacking our slang. Calling Southern rappers lame, whatever he said. Electronica. But, yeah, I mean, The weight is in Tank's advantage. The belts, he can get all the belts in one shot, right? Devin Haney drain, he ain't at his best. Devin Haney will be a free agent. They can hash out a deal. It ain't no Eddie, it ain't no Bob. It's just him and Bill. You know what I'm saying? With Lomachenko winning, it's like we know, Bob want to run Lomachenko over to Shakur. Or Bob would be in the way or make the Tank Davis fight. He kind of be in the way. With Devin, you ain't got none of that. So what better opportunity? Devin had that weight disadvantage, right? Devin got all the belts. Tank can elect to be the mandatory. No promoter in the way. Devin's a free agent after this. So once you start adding all that up, you know what I'm saying? They may never be in the same weight class again, to be honest. Because Devin ain't going to stay a long time at 40, unless he kill himself. After a while, he going to be a full-fledged 147-pounder before y'all know it. If he keep winning, he keep electing to go through boxing. Like the naturally small guys who naturally really small, like Marvin Hagler, natural 160, or guys that keep their self in shape like Bernard Hopkins. When you got to keep yourself in shape year-round, Bernard Hopkins made his debut at 68. Bernard Hopkins probably was a fucking true light heavyweight fighting at 160 a lot of them years, if we being frank, being honest. Costa Tszyu for years, he stayed at 140 pounds, but the dedication that it takes to maintain those weights, unless you just naturally small like Floyd. You know what I'm saying? It's dedication and you got to think about it. Hagler, Bernard, they had a nice amount of activity. So you in that ring. Guess what? I ain't got time to be bullshitting, eating around, bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm back in the ring. I'm back. I got a certain rhythm, activity going to my career. You know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, he still had to contend with Shakur Stevenson. But, at the end of the day, if you want to fight him, what better time to fight him now? He not at 100%. And that's not to say I'm gonna take something away for Tank if he fight Devin Haney. Devin Haney still at the weight class. Devin Haney can move up. It's his prerogative, but I wouldn't take that away from him. They got history, the sparring stories. Devin getting off the zone. I don't think he's gonna be more bigger than what he is, especially if you go back to the zone after this. He got all the notoriety fighting on ESPN. He got the zone fan base. He got the ESPN fan base. He built a little fan base fighting on Showbox. So what bigger time is it to segue straight into this type of event? Go straight at him. Go straight at him. It's not a better time. Depending on your prison sentence, you don't need no tune-up. You fought twice already this year. You didn't need a tune-up for Ryan Garcia. Him and Ryan Garcia should have got it popping in January. You need all that shit for Ryan Garcia. So I wouldn't understand why he wouldn't want to fight him. You about to be 30. Ain't no time for moving backwards, cuz. Ain't no time for moving backwards. None. It should be progression. That's what it should be. It should be progression. So it ain't no better time. It's really now or never. It'll never be a better pinnacle for them to fight, especially in Tank Davis' favor. Now, how the fight go? Tank got that one-hitter quitter. Can Devin Haney, diffuse him of that shot? Now, the shit he was doing versus Ryan, making Ryan pick his feet up and move, then they go work with Devin Haney. You got to be a different game plan. But the good thing in his mind is, guess what, man? Once I clip this nigga, you know what I'm saying? It's going to change everything. So he can still, take his time versus Devin Haney, to be honest. He still could take his time. Unless he was just to get so frustrated where he didn't want to go out there on some Durant shit no more. But, he very patient and he take his time. Tank don't take no unnecessary risks in the ring. Tank gonna take his time and patience. You had the jittery ADHD kid and Ryan Garcia. You had a guy that who patient. And when you give up as many rounds as Tank Davis, you believe in your power and you got patience. He fight with a calm. He's a very patient fighter. And what's to be seen is if he have to pick it up early, you know, can he continue to run through the championship rounds? You know, and that if I fought Tank Davis, and you look at Tank and Ryan, they came out bone dry. Most fighters come out dry. They don't warm up like they supposed to no more. I would go out there and I would be very active. But then again, he's a great counterpuncher. You know what I'm saying? But I would try to pick up my activity off rip, and that's number one thing you could do is just throw the jab and maintain your distance. It'd be a good fight. I think Tank could probably open up as the favorite, but be a good fight. I mean, obviously you gotta beat Lomachenko first, but if it don't happen right now, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna be as hot as it is right now. And it ain't gonna be as in the Gervonta favorite as it is right now. It's in his favor. You know, I was hearing Coach Mike, I said, well, Shakir's the WC mandatory, Tank's the WBAs. Tank can press play on the WBA, in the WBC, the IBF, the WBA, the IBF, excuse me, I said IBF, so WBO, all of them is going to want a piece of that Tank sanctioning fee instead of that Shakir sanctioning fee. So he'll get the green light. Devin Haney will get the green light to put all the belts to fight Gervonta Davis because it's lucrative. So that's all I got, man. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially want to support the channel. Cash App, $CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree, find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace. Don't forget to check out the podcast. Rate me on there. Apple Podcast, Spotify, Anchor, the whole nine. Peace.